Hello everyone! Welcome to KinKuni follow-up to You Are Scaring Me challenge part 1, because it got too long. Yeah, as usual. So in this part there will be an explanation, and in the next part we will see how they deal with it, shall we? Let's go! As always, special thanks to my lovely patrons and all of you who subscribe and watch these videos. You're keeping this channel alive and going, thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy. The only sounds interrupting the silence that settled in the house was quiet clinking of spoon against the mug, as Kindachi diligently stirred a large dose of honey into Kunimi's tea, and also the quiet sniffles from the table. Those in particular shattered Kindachi's heart all over again. He hated seeing his beloved crying and broken, but at least he could do something about it now. Once he learned what was going on, they had all the time in the world to make it right. Hopefully. He gritted his teeth, trying to save the judgment until after he learned the truth, but the more he thought about it, the more he was convinced he had a somewhat accurate image of why Kunimi said the things he said. And if that was the case, he was going to break some bones. With a soft sigh, he put the mug in front of Kunimi and gently squeezed his shoulder, the knot in his gut tightening when Kunimi's first instinct was to flinch. Just me, don't be scared. Be careful, it's hot, okay? Don't burn yourself. Letting out a shaky breath, Kunimi nodded in thanks and gripped the mug tight, his hands still clearly trembling. But as much as Kindachi wanted to hold his hands for additional security, he decided to let Kunimi go at his own pace. And so he sat opposite him, leaving his hands laid on the table, close enough for Kunimi to reach for him if he wanted, but not too close to cause discomfort. I'm listening, whenever you are ready. Just please try to understand. I will, I promise. Just start from the beginning. I swear I'll listen. You don't have to hide anything. Unable to resist any longer, he reached over the table to capture Kunimi's hand, giving it a hopefully reassuring squeeze. I'm with you, no matter what the mess you found yourself in is. A glimmer of gratitude appeared in Kunimi's eyes as he clung to Kindachi's hand. He averted his gaze before speaking again. It started because of one report I did. Background check on some company asking for a huge loan. But they had some issues with paying back in the past and some other shady stuff going on around their boss. So I recommended not giving them the loan. I checked everything. I wrote everything down. It was in that folder, I swear, but... Shh, take a deep breath, okay? Take your time. Kunimi did, though his face remained twisted with panic. I put the report together myself. I know I put it there. But then they suddenly approved the loan. They're getting it next week. It's billions of yen, you. Which they probably won't pay back, given their past, right? Yeah, and if anyone gets blamed for the loss, it's going to be me because I did the report. Our boss already said he's going to fire anyone who makes a big mistake, and this is much worse. Just the possible fine would... I would make that money in 10 years. Shit. But if it's just missing from the folder, then can't you sneak it in and alert your boss about it? I can't, that's the issue. I've been searching for it the whole week, but it's gone. I don't know how it happened. I have papers in order, always. So even if I just forgot, it should be somewhere, but it's not. And I can't make another one because they won't let me look into the documents anymore. Kindachi furrowed his brow, so far having more questions than answers. He could see Kunimi forgetting to put some papers into the folder since he tended to be scatterbrained sometimes. But this was just weird and suspicious. Alright, continue. Sorry for interrupting you. Shaking his head, Kunimi as if deflated, looking absolutely defeated. Kindachi would give anything to just squeeze him in a hug and not let go, ever, since it looked like Kunimi needed it more than ever right now. But he held back for the moment. They could snuggle when everything was clear between them. He did, however, caress the back of his hand to make sure Kunimi knew he was still listening, still on his side until proven otherwise. Then Yamada came to me, said he knows I fucked up. Yamada? A coworker. He's an opportunistic snake, but I didn't think he would... The words died off on his tongue, turned into a choked whimper. His hands started to tremble again and breath shortened. Shh, it's okay, take it slow. He said he could make that mistake disappear in exchange for favors. That kind of favors. Kindachi froze for a beat, the realization dawning on him like a brick. He's blackmailing you to sleep with him. He didn't need to see Kunimi nod or hear him continue to understand. Suddenly, a lot more things started to make sense. He gritted his teeth, barely holding back from growling out loud, his blood boiling. The audacity. Fucking piece of shit! Kunimi flinched, and Kindachi quickly forced himself to settle. At least on the outside, as rage continued to bubble in his chest. He got up and gently tucked Kunimi up too, his heart breaking when Kunimi no less than slumped against him, shaking in his arms like a leaf in the wind. He didn't ask why Kunimi didn't tell him sooner. If he was being coerced into something as disgusting, he would be too ashamed to talk about it too, especially with someone he loved. You should go to the police. He can't just blackmail you like this. It's going to be his sword against mine. He never wrote those. Always in person. He can just say I'm making it up. He looked up, tears pooling in his eyes. I don't have anything on him. But we have to figure something out, or I'm going to actually snap his neck. You. I'm serious. I won't let him hurt you like this. He pulled Kunimi back under his chin, sighing heavily. He was indeed serious about the threat. The guy would have to go over his cold dead body if he wanted to get to Akira. No way around it. His stomach twisted with disgust just imagining that bastard laying his filthy hands on Akira's skin against his will, and surely being all smug about it despite forcing himself on another person. No way in hell. Let's figure something out. We still have 2 days. Maybe if we search the folders again. I already did that. Multiple times. It's just gone. It couldn't just disappear. He paused. When you say opportunistic snake, did he get to the report? Kunimi looked up, a confused crease appearing on his forehead. I don't know. Maybe. He's always been close to that guy who handles reports. Why? I'm thinking, could he be after you for some time already and then saw an opportunity when he got his hands on the folder? Maybe that's why you can't find it. Because he took it? A look of absolute horror crossed Kunimi's face. He clutched Kindaichi's t-shirt in his hands, his skin paler than the walls of their living room. Then the whole week, he was just watching me. What if he threw it away? If I don't get it back, it's over. Maybe. But if he's fucked up enough to blackmail you into sex, then he could hold on to it, right? To have something to wave in front of you in case you don't go along with his plan. It wouldn't surprise him, and judging by Kunimi's expression, him neither. Which, however, didn't make their situation any better. Looking for a needle in a haystack was difficult enough, but trying to get the needle back from a thief? Come on, think. If he really wants to have it as leverage, then he wouldn't keep it at home, right? Work it is, then. It should be at hand too, so probably not file cabinets. Then... Can you get into his desk without him noticing? You think he had it 3 meters from me the whole time? I mean, I'm assuming a lot of things, but it's possible. We won't know unless we take a look inside his drawers. That's not going to be easy. He never goes away for long unless it's the end of the shift and he locks his desk then. And even if there's always someone around who would find it weird I'm rummaging through his things. His shoulders slumped. I'm sorry. I appreciate you're trying to help me, I really do. But I'll rather get fired and fined than get you in trouble too. He shivered. Or I'll go along. I'll lose everything I care about, but... Kindaichi clicked his tongue and cupped his cheeks, making him look into his eyes again. No way he was going to give up so easily when his fiancée's health and comfort were at stake. Let me think about it first. Please. I'm sure there's a way without you getting extorted. And if there isn't? Then I'll need you to leave for a few days to get a good alibi. He let his face soften and leaned in, leaving a kiss on Kunimi's forehead. You are the most precious thing in my life. I'm not going to let anyone hurt you. So, what exactly do you need from us? Kindaichi sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose in frustration. If he wasn't absolutely sure his teammates were the best ones for the job he needed them to do, he would never bother calling them up. But they didn't have time to figure out something more sophisticated. This had to do. Just follow the instructions I gave you. When I give you a sign, you jump into action to your best acting ability. Their libero grinned, squaring his white shoulders. Easy enough. I don't even have to act. The other man, elephants opposite, just scoffed, but Kindaichi knew him for long enough to know he was no less excited to kick the plan into action. When it came to creating distraction, the two oblivious pining idiots were the best he could get. Just don't go overboard. I don't want to ask Captain to bail you out of jail. Nah, no worries. Give me 2 minutes and this weakling will be begging for his life. Huh, we'll see about that when I get you into a lock. I'd like to see you try. Okay, focus please. I need to buy time, not give you an opportunity to smash each other's brain out. I know it's difficult for you too, but please take it seriously. It's a question of Akira's safety. The two fell quiet and nodded, much more serious expressions on their faces. Another reason why Kindaichi asked these two for help was the fact they both knew and adored Kunimi ever since they met him at the Halloween party, even though that ended up in a disaster of itself. They agreed immediately after hearing about the blackmailing, and despite their goofy selves, they took the issue with the appropriate level of seriousness. We all do our best. Yeah, you just focus on your part, leave the rest to us. Kindaichi sighed in relief, sending a quick prayer for a blessing to the deities listening to him. Thanks, guys. Next outing is on me. Nah, don't worry about that. We are in for free shots. Right. No one hurts our friend's sweetheart and walks away unscathed. Kindaichi's heart swelled. He squeezed both hands laid on his shoulders, some of the weight lifting from his back. It wasn't the best or the most thought-out plan in the world, but it was all they had, fueled by despair, rage, and need to protect his beloved. Right, let's get that report for Aki and then make that buster pay. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. So, as I said, this was an explanation video, and the actual heist, quote-unquote, is going to happen next time. I hope you're excited for this, because I definitely am. I've never written a heist before. Yeah, so congratulations to those of you who guessed correctly what's going on with Kunimi. And yeah, my poor boy can't catch a break. If you have any requests or ideas, the request form is linked in the video description. See you next time.